Hej, vi står här på Tierp Arena med en långväga racerförare. Hi, what is your name?
I'm Scott Burton.
And where do you come from?
I come from Golden, Colorado.
A beautiful place.
Yes,
You are racing here today. In which class?
in the super stock class with a 1970 Ram Air 4 Firebird.
I have heard that it's one of the fastest Pontiac stock cars.
It's the fastest Pontiac stocker in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very cool. What times have you driven it in?
I've run the fastest of a 998 with the car in Seattle a couple years ago. So, and we ran a 1003 here at Tierp's. So it's a good car.
And you sold it here to Sweden?
Yes, sold it to Thomas Strand.
Yeah. And now you are here racing the car you sold in.
Yeah, Thomas wanted me to come drive it here at Tierp's.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yes, it's a very good honor.
Have you been racing anything today, or will you do it?
We made one time trial today, and then we'll start eliminations tomorrow.
Did the rain mess up with your lineup?
No.
For how long have you been doing drag racing?
I started drag racing in 1973 when I was a teenager in Texas. And we used to go street racing all the time, and then we started going to the racetrack to make our cars go faster at the racetrack, and then we could see how fast they were at the racetrack, and then we were better street racers.
For how long did you own the 1970 car?
I bought the car in 1998, so I owned it for 20 years.
How difficult is it to race in the stock class?
Not too difficult, but I think everybody could do that, but it just takes a lot of time and effort on the mechanical side, and you have to keep working on your driving skills as well.
Because one of the impressions that I have got from racing in the stock class is that it can be difficult if you need to find parts.
Yes, especially the older cars, and that's part of the problem with this. The parts were rare in 1970, and so 50 years later,
There's not that
yeah, it's very hard to find things. Cylinder heads and intake manifolds are very hard to find for this stuff.
Because they have to be accurate for the year.
Right. The part numbers and everything have to match for the NHRA specifications.
So this is it might not go as fast as Top Fuel, but
Oh, no.
it's a more difficult class in that way.
Yeah, maybe harder to find the parts, but of course a lot cheaper to run than Top Fuel.
Yeah.
So,
And it doesn't require that much fuel either. For
No. These are the classes that the regular people can race in. So from an affordability point of view, the Top Fuel, it takes major sponsorships and lots of money to run those. So.
Is it a big difference to drag race here compared to the higher altitude in Denver?
Yeah, so that's the highest altitude track that we have in the U.S. is Denver. And so it's always fun for us when we go to sea level because the cars are a lot faster. And this is one of the nicest facilities I've ever been at. So it's beautiful here.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a very big difference in altitude. I think Denver, it's called a mile-high city,
Yes.
and I think Tierp is one of the lowest spots in Sweden. I think one of the lowest spots in Sweden are located here in the municipality of Tierp. And I think we are somewhere around maybe 50 meters above sea level. And Denver is, 1,700 meters over sea level.
Yeah, I don't know the conversion, but the racetrack at Denver is 5,700 feet above sea level.
What are the big alterations that you have to do? Is it the carburetor or?
Yeah, the main thing when you come from the higher altitude to the lower altitude is the jetting. If you want to go richer on the jetting at the lower altitudes, and some people play with the timing some, and maybe the launch RPM would be lower here than at the higher altitude. So there's definitely things that you're going to tune different for the different altitudes. So.
Do you regret selling the car?
No, it's time. My wife likes it, so she misses it. But we're moving to the newer cars in the United States, and we like the older cars, but for different reasons. But and again, it gets hard to get parts to keep going and racing some of these things, so you have to kind of move on to the newer things. So.
Have you gotten yourself a new car?
I bought I'm racing a 2010 Cobra Jet Mustang now in stock. So, and I have a super stock car that's older. It's a 1991. It's still a Pontiac though. So.
Okay. That's good. Got to stay faithful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's great that you come here and race your old car. But who is racing the other car?
It's Thomas.
Uh-huh.
You should get him over here.
Thomas?
Hej.
Hej.
Hej, Thomas.
Emma heter jag.
Emma.
Vi är här från Tierp Arena.
Hej, hej.
Vi har ju intervjuat lite alla möjliga. Fram och tillbaka och genom de olika tävlingarna här. Men så fick vi höra talas om den här bilen, och det var att det är inte jättemånga som kommer från USA som kommer över hit och kör. Och jag tänkte, för det är just att det är en känd bil, och liksom att det är en sån som åtminstone i vissa så här, till exempel Pontiac-kretsar, så är det en bil man har hört talas om och det. Och nu lånar du ut den och så kör du. Vad kör du?
Ja, jag kör min Le Mans 72 då, som jag har kört med i 4 år. Så att den kör min äldste son annars då när jag kör Burton. Så att nej, men det är jättekul att Scott och Diane vill komma hit och åka då, så de gav mig chansen att åka till först Las Vegas och sen till Gate National då, så att det är jättekul att få bjuda tillbaka lite tycker jag.
Ja.
Så vi pratade om det redan då när jag köpte bilen då, att han skulle få komma över hit och prova då. Ja. Lite utbyte då.
Ja, härligt. Och du är också Pontiac-fantast?
Jajamän.
Jag ser på kepsen här.
Ja, det är Pontiac som gäller.
Ja, det var härligt. Vet du, har du några planer på att åka över igen?
Ja, det har jag. Men jag får förtälja det när det är bestämt. Jag vill kolla med frun först.
Ja, jättetack för att vi fick komma och prata med er. Ja. Jättespännande att få höra. För det finns jättemånga fordon här som är, det är ju gamla bilar och de har historia och de har funnits med ett tag. Och det är jättespännande tycker jag. Och det tror jag att det är många fler som tycker. Så tack för oss.
Ja, tack så mycket.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.